Hey everyone, welcome to English 1301. This video is going to serve just as a very brief overview as to what's going on in class, what the syllabus entails, things like that. So first of all, my name is Professor Heaton. You can address me in office hours, wherever you come across me. It's Heaton, Professor Heaton, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me all that much. So once again, I just want to run through the syllabus. I want to familiarize you with some of the links that we have on Blackboard and just give you a few highlights to keep in mind before class begins. Okay? All right. So first thing, once again, here's my name, my office, my email address if you want to contact me. I will be serving office hours from 12 noon to 2 p.m. every Monday through Friday, and I'll talk about how I'm doing that a little bit later on. It's through Google Hangouts, which is a really easy platform to access if you've never done it before. If for some reason you are not able to meet me during those times, just let me know. I'll make sure that I can accommodate you in some way. I'll make sure that we find a time that we can meet. Okay, so for course description, our primary goals for English 1301 are to develop sophisticated ideas and communicate them effectively. That's what's going on. We want to think original thoughts, we want to think critically, and we want to be able to talk about them and write about them in an effective way. So we're going to do this by exploring all different kinds of text. And I'm using that word text very loosely. It's any unit of study that we're going to have. So that can be articles or movies or podcasts or short films, whatever it may be. And lots of times with those particular texts, they're going to be a little bit controversial. Sometimes you may even be bothered by them a little bit, and that's okay. That's not to say that you should be persuaded by them at all. Lots of times I'm just trying to stir up some original thought or critical thinking skills that you have in order to respond to them passionately or informatively, something like that. Okay? So by the time this is all done, you should be able to demonstrate knowledge of individual and collaborative writing processes to where you can write on your own as well as with other people. You can develop ideas with support and attribution. You can write in a style that's appropriate for your audience and the purpose that you're writing. You can read, reflect, and respond critically to all kinds of texts, and you're going to use edited American English and academic essays. Pretty basic stuff. So as you should know by now, there's no textbook required for this course. I'm going to make all of the readings accessible through links, and those will be all through the lessons tab in Blackboard, which we'll go over here in just a second. Okay, so for your grades, this is what everyone wants to know. Your final grade will be totaled on a 100-point system. So every point that you earn directly corresponds to a percentage point. Keep in mind, I do not accept late assignments. All quizzes, assignments, major essays must be completed by their due dates. And please note, I offer lots of comments on writings if I find something constructive to say. So you may get an assignment back and you get full credit, but there's not comments on it. That means that I think you are on the right track, that you're doing really well. So if you don't receive full credit, chances are that you have comments from me. So make sure that you're looking at those so you can know how to improve. All right, so here's how all this is going to work. So we're going to have 12 weekly discussion boards. So pretty much we'll have a discussion board every single week except for weeks that you have essays, and I think there's maybe one other week off the top of my head. And what this entails is that you'll be responding to the assigned text that week in a discussion board, and you will be making a comment on 2 other classmates' discussion board posts. If you have done both of those comments as well as the initial submission, you're going to be in good shape. Okay? There's 12 of those. Each one of those is going to be worth 5 points apiece, which will total 60% of your grade. Okay? We will also have 2 essays that are worth 20 points apiece. So if you're mathing, you'll see that 60 plus 40 is 100%. So 12 discussion board posts, 2 essays. Okay? Should be really simple. There's really not any pop quizzes. I don't want to say there isn't. There's no pop quizzes. There's no tests. Essentially, you're going to know everything that's coming at you well ahead of time. And that's just how English is. English is about writing. This is not a game of memorizing or anything like that. Okay? All right, absence policies. So you are allotted 15% absences before I am able to drop you from the course. But even then, if for some reason you miss 15% of the classes, I'm not going to drop you unless you're just ghosting me. You haven't signed on, you're not responding to emails, things like that. If you keep me in the loop, you'll be fine. If there's something going on, let me know. I'm not this cold, heartless, evil villain that just delights in failing students in my class. I hate it when students fail. So just let me know what your needs are, and I will do everything I can to make sure that your goals are met. Now, the way absences are going to work, there is no live session of class that you have to show up for at a particular time. Every Monday, I'm going to send out the readings, the materials, and the assignment, and you have until Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. to get it all in and submit it. If you get it all submitted by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday night, then you will be counted present for that week. If you do not submit the assignment, or if the assignment isn't completed in full, then you will be counted absent. Now, the way this has worked so far is that inevitably I will have a student that forgets the comments on the discussion board post or only makes one comment on the discussion board post. If that happens, your assignment does not show me that it is gradable. Therefore, you will be counted as absent, and I will get a panicky email from you saying, "What do? I did my work." And I'll say, check again, student. I bet you missed the comment. And then the student will be like, "Oh, yes, I did," which is not a huge issue. We can fix that too. But please just help me out and make the comments and submit everything on time. That way we don't have to go through this game of you didn't do it. You say, "Yes, I did." And I say, "We'll check." And you say, "Oh, whoops." And I say, "That's all right." So just submit everything on time and you'll be fine. Okay? All right. So here's a couple key dates for you to keep in mind. If for some reason you're listening to me and seeing all this stuff and you're like, "There's no way I can do this, I've got to quit," just hold on for a second and let's talk a little bit and see if we can get your confidence boosted a little bit to where you can do this. I want you to pass. I want you to destroy this class and to make straight A's. My goal is for you to learn a ton and to enjoy it and to help you through it. Because it's online, it's flexible, but it also means that it takes the onus is on you to succeed because I can't tell you to do your work. Okay? So just talk to me before you drop the class if you're thinking about it. So disability support services, if you need any type of accommodations, please make sure that you set up an appointment with the SAR office. I think they're doing everything digitally right now, so it should be super easy to do that. I don't know of any accommodations that, well, I don't want to say that. So just check with them and see if there's any type of accommodations you need for an online course. Okay, other important information, I'll let you read that. That's about Title IX. Here's the syllabus. I can change it because I'm me and I do what I want. All right, so there's 3 units that we're going to go through here. The first one is analysis, then we go into evaluation, and finally we go into creation. These are the 3 ways that we're organizing it. So you'll notice on each one of these units, we have 3 columns: date, that'll tell you the week that it is, the text, things that we're focusing on, as well as the assignment. So for the text, we have they say, I say, which is kind of like the textbook we'll be using that helps you with skills with writing, and then beneath that, the text that we will be discussing. So for the first week, it's an op doc from the New York Times, which is kind of like a documentary called The Need for Certainty. So we'll be investigating that and talking about it, and then you have your discussion over here. What's the argument? What's the evidence? So the analysis, we're just looking at arguments and analyzing what is the argument and how are they making the argument. When we move into Unit 2, evaluation, we're moving beyond just determining what the argument is, and we're asking about the validity of the argument. We're making qualitative statements, making judgments about arguments, and then also writing those judgments out. And then the last unit, and you'll see these final 2 units have the essay attached to them. For the final unit, creation, you'll be making your own arguments with evidence and persuasive tactics. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So there's no midterm, there's no final. It's all pretty easy. My goal is to make sure that you're that you have as little stress as possible. That way you can just focus on working hard and learning a ton as opposed to, freaking out about cramming for a test. Okay, let's go over some of these links real quick. So on the announcements page, this is where I'm just going to send out an email every week that just kind of highlights key things that you should know I will send it out every Monday with directions as well as links that you need in order to fulfill the assignment requirements. And I'll also send out an email every Thursday that I call the midweek check-in. This is going to respond to questions that you have and give writing tips and things that I think you can use in order to fulfill the requirements of the assignment a little bit better. So the syllabus, like I said, is right there. Pretty much everything you're going to do in class is going to be through the Lessons tab. And this will soon be populated with different weeks. And you'll click on those weeks that allow you to access different things like the discussion board assignments, essays, things like that. And you'll see right here, the first thing we have is introductions. So this is what I want you to do before class starts. I want you just to dive into this and let me know a little bit about yourself. We've already got some people populating it, which is pretty cool. So if you click Create Thread, you'll see, oh no, my picture's not working. You'll see an example of what it is that I'm looking for, but I want you just to introduce yourself as well as give me a picture of you, if at all possible. That would be really cool. So that's under Lessons. Try to complete that before class begins. For online learning resources, this is just something that you can use to help you out. So there's the Academic Learning Center. This is going to help you with different things from the library about reading and writing help. If you need help with editing your essay or revising your essay, they'll do a great job of helping you out there. AlPurdue is a great resource for anything MLA, which is the format that we're going to be putting our essays in. So just know that that helpful link is there if we start getting to the essays and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't remember how to cite a source in the text or in the works cited page. If all that sounds like crazy gibberish to you, it'll be way more familiar to you as we get throughout the course. And then Crash Course Composition, they offer a lot of great videos about how to be an effective composition student. So there's different tips there about writing, organizing your paper, writing a thesis statement, writing conclusions, writing quotations. If you're having trouble with anything in the writing process, click there and I can almost guarantee you they've got a video to help you out. Okay? The rest of it is pretty self-explanatory. Just to highlight, I'm going to send out an email on Monday letting you know, or whenever the class starts, depending which class you're in. So whenever the class starts, you'll get an email from me. It's going to give you the texts. It's going to give you the assignment, a little more explanatory things, as well as a video. Watch the video, explore all the resources, fulfill the assignment, and make sure that you fulfill that introductions discussion board post under Lessons, and you're going to be peachy keen jelly bean. Okay? All right. Y'all are awesome humans. I look forward to getting to know you and reading your work. Goodbye.